Hello there, welcome to another episode of Living with Shadi. Today on the show, we will be discussing how to speak for yourself, how to stand up and speak for yourself. Speaking for oneself needs a lot of courage. There are times when you be confronted with so much intimidation, and trust me, it is daunting. But it is a necessity of life. It is a necessity that you wake up every day with the full-fledged determination to go for whatever your dream, your aspiration, your ambition is. And note that you would find challenges, you'll find confrontations, you'll find people coming at you, charging at you with so much force, and only thing you need as at that time as a person is the greatest courage, the courage that comes within, a motivation from the powers of what you intended to do and the things you're supposed to correct because of that your ambition. That should be your pushing force. That should be the only thing that you have which can confront the fear, confront it fiercely, as fierce as the fear is. Now, how do you stand up and speak for yourself? I'll take Nigeria as an example. Nigeria is tagged as an economy or a very big country, a very big country that is rich in natural resources, human resources, population, land mass, whatever, and that is why it is the giant of Africa, and it is a force to reckon with in Africa and even the world at large. But we have a problem when there are times for us to make decisions to come, have a consensus towards what we want as a people. I think we lag behind in that. There are some times when we have, been maligned as persons, as individuals, as a nation. We have been manipulated and maneuvered, and our funds have been misappropriated. Nigeria generates a lot of money. And we should not be talking about penury, abject poverty. We should not be talking about mediocrity. We should not be talking about persons who do not have jobs, who do not have money to feed their children. That healthcare system is very bad and is at its lowest. We should not be talking about these factors in this country. But because as a people we have not come, in a consensus, come with cacophony of voices to get what we want, to push our voices out, for these leaders to understand that we're not here for jokes. Because of that, we have undergone or underwent several setbacks as a nation. As a nation, because we did not stand up for ourselves in our vulnerable times, because we did not stand up for ourselves to look into what our leaders have been doing, we have been duped. And that is the result of what we find here in this country today, because Nigerians have not stood up. Although we had Nigerians, some courageous Nigerians who had spoken up, but there was no push. The voices were not enough to make these miscreants understand that the people of Nigeria will not take corruption, and that it is eating us deep and we will not take it lightly. Because we have not stood up for ourselves, we are in this mess and quagmire. That is why the country is in recession. That is why we have financial and economic downturn. That is why Yasikira behind my house cannot spend or cannot afford to take her child to get proper care in the hospital. That is why even our hospital facilities cannot give the best, because we have refused to speak up for ourselves, and we have allowed them to treat us and treat the nation's national cake with such impunity, with the belief in their heart that they will walk away and nothing would happen. So now liken the situation of Nigeria and what we have found ourselves in to your own life as an individual. What do you want to achieve as a person? Know this, my sister. Know this, my brother. When you are going to get to do some great things, to climb giant strides, it is not going to be easy. It is not a joke. You will need to face confrontations. You will need to face your fears. I'm telling you, you need to drop those sentiments and you need to understand that it is your life. So many destinies are attached to yours and you cannot afford to play with it. You have a purpose. You have a reason for which you have been created into life. And if you are being docile and you just sit out there, you not take your destiny into your hands and you feel that, oh, I want to look like Mr. Good or Miss Good, and you sacrifice that dream of yours because of sentiments, because of fear, then you were not worthy of being given that talent. You were not worthy of being entrusted with such a great duty. How long would you continue to how long would you continue to want to please people at your own peril, at your own detriment, at your own, at the expense of your own joy and fulfillment? You need to stand up. It is time for you to speak up for yourself. Whoever it is that loves you would help you aspire your dreams, would help you aspire your goals. And when you find out that people are antagonizing the good things that you are about to bring into the world, let me tell you, you need to beware. And with the fierceness of that confrontation, you need to look it back in the eyes and tell it, no way, I am going for this, and this time you are not going to stop me. You cannot make it if you think about sentiments. You cannot make it if you're not positive and truthful to yourself. You cannot make it if you do not follow the plans that the Creator has put in place for you. It is time for you to offend some people just to make things work, to give hope to the hopeless. It is time for you to step on toes. It is time for you to make your decision to stand up and speak up for yourself. Nigeria is where it is today. You can make a decision to be a better person. You can. You can make a decision to change the life of that person next door. But it begins with the courage from within. It begins with the determination to not stop at anything to fulfill that ambition. So, my dear, it takes more than aspiring. You need courage, you need determination, and you need to be able to be spontaneous about it. Stand up, look your fears in the eyes and tell it, I am going to succeed in this. Because I want to change the world, you want to stop me. You won't. Tell that to your fear. And I promise you, it will bow for you. It will bow. It was nice having this chat with you.